There were a lot of great performances from this year's rookie class. The top picks showed that they have superstar potential, but there were some guys that were drafted really late in this draft that surprised everyone and were actually really fun to watch. Herb Jones falls into this category since he was selected with the 35th pick by the Pelicans. Offensively, he's been really consistent throughout the whole season, and we will talk about it later in the video, but the main focus of this video is about how incredible he's been on the defensive side of the game, and how he could potentially be a lock for all defensive team selections in the next few years. So let's get right into it. Herb Jones played at Alabama for 4 years. As a freshman, Jones' averages don't really pop out, but that's not really his game. His game is focused on playing defense, and that's why during his freshman year he drew a single season program record of 23 charges in one season. His junior and senior season were his best years, as he was named 3rd team All-American, SEC Player of the Year, 1st team All-SEC, SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and 2-time SEC All-Defensive Team. After 4 years in college, he declares to the NBA. So he's 23 years old and his numbers aren't really great. Of course, he's a great defensive player, but he gets picked really late because teams like to pick young players early in the draft. When the NBA Summer League came around and the preseason games happened, Jones impressed a lot of people, earning him the nickname Not on Herb, due to his skills of making life difficult for whichever player he was guarding, plus doing the small and dirty work to help the team win, just like a Draymond Green or Mikal Bridges or Marcus Smart type players. When the regular season came around, he showed all of those things that I said, and he was guarding the best player almost every night, and not just like the best player on any team, superstars like LeBron James, Donovan Mitchell, and Devin Booker. There were 17 players he guarded for more than 10 minutes, and you can clearly see 90% of these players can get buckets, but most of them he was holding them to just under 50% from the field, and some of them were turning the ball a lot. Let's not forget that during the regular season he averaged 2 steals, which tied him for 6th place in the entire league, and he led all rookies in that category. The reason he's averaging so many steals is because he steals dribbles from the side, intercepts passes from behind, strips the ball on gathers from all directions, and swats all types of shots. He forces turnovers in one-on-one situations like crazy, defending either half of pick and rolls and jumps passing lanes. He pokes the ball away after staying in front of his man when anticipating a dribble or pass, or recovering after getting beat on an initial move. Donovan Mitchell even admitted that he had to game plan for Jones' defense. When the video started, I said that we were going to look at some offensive things from him because on the offensive side of the games, he has shown me some things that really excite me. Back on November 28th, he scored a career-high 26 points against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who back to that point had the 2nd best defense in the NBA. He's not a great shooter, but you can see clearly that he's really decent in the restricted area. But what makes me excited here is that he's actually shooting 37% from the left corner 3 and 34% from above the break 3. So on average, he's a really decent 3-point shooter. And then imagine in the future, if he can improve that, he could be a stretch 3 or 3-and-D guy, that can develop into a Kawhi Leonard type of player. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Kawhi Leonard, but the potential is there. But even with his offense not being that great, he already belongs in an elite list of NBA defenders. Like players like Jimmy Butler, Mikal Bridges, Drew Holiday. Those are just examples of players, they are great defensive players. Of course, Herb Jones is not at the level where they are offensively, but on the defensive side of the game, he's actually really close to them. He was a natural from the minute he stepped into an NBA court. The Pelicans knew it back in September, and they deserve some credit for drafting him with the 35th pick. So what do you think about Herb Jones? Let me know down in the comment section if you think he could actually win the Defensive Player of the Year in the future. Don't forget to like the video so that we can help spread this video so that more people can see how great Herb Jones actually is. And as always, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.